Hello and welcome back to the United Forum. This is your latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates, and your opportunity to voice your opinion out for the very first time in Sri Lanka. We are back live at 10 p.m. a little late today. Apologies on that. But yes, we are here for the pre-match press conference reaction of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer once again. And once again, I'm disappointed, a little disappointed with a few questions asked for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer by the journalist. Once again, I thought these questions are being repeated again and again by the journalists. It's his obsession which the journalists actually have with Cristiano Ronaldo, which I don't get. You've got so many questions you could ask from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, taking into fact the current situation at Manchester United, around Manchester United. There's so many questions, and when it is Manchester United, you've got so much to talk about, and these journalists just keep coming up with those silly questions, which is very disappointing, annoying. In fact, I wish I was one of those journalists in England who had the opportunity to ask these questions from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a Manchester United fan, not just me. Even if you were a person out there asking for a question from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think it would be better than one of those questions those few questions that were asked by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, those silly questions. It would be better than that, in fact. But let's move on to the pre-match press conference reaction. But before I move on to the questions asked by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, a happy week for Manchester United fans. We did win the Champions League match against Villarreal. We lost against the fake Villa at the Premier League. We won against the real Villa in Villarreal. The score was, of course, 1-2. A handful of fans quite happy with the result. Of course, indeed, I'm happy as well. What I'm disappointed is the way we got that result, the way the football Manchester United specifically played. I thought the football Manchester United played was very unsettling. It was not pleasant to the eyes. It's not the Manchester United way. I did watch an interview on Paul Ince as well. He do say that the football Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is playing is not the Manchester United way. And he also did say that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been at Manchester United for a few years now as a manager, and throughout these years I have not seen Solskjaer play the Manchester United way. Maybe a few times there were a few glimpses of us playing that way, and then all of a sudden it vanishes off again. It never comes back. The football he is playing is not the Manchester United way, which I fully agree with, because I really don't think the way Ole Gunnar Solskjaer plays, his style of football for Manchester United, what he does with that squad he has, considering the players he has, considering the talent he has, the style of football he plays as a Manchester United manager, is not the Manchester United way. Because once upon a time, the Old Trafford Stadium, the Theatre of Dreams, was a fortress. Teams come to Manchester United fearing Manchester United. Manchester United was specifically, be it home or away, a feared opponent, an opponent feared by other teams, in fact, because that was the football we played. The players we had were fearless, in fact. They took risks. We played superb quality football, and opponents feared us. Whereas now we take the likes of Aston Villa, maybe Everton, even Southampton come to take Manchester United. In fact, they come to Old Trafford to take Manchester United on. They are ready to take the points away, and they are ready to give a fight until that final whistle, because they know that Manchester United are there for the taking, which was not the kind of mentality we said to our opponents in the past. And it's not just with Solskjaer. I think with Jose Mourinho, Old Trafford was a fortress, but it's with Solskjaer where this has begun. In fact, I know we had ups and downs with Sir Alex Ferguson as well, but it's just that with Solskjaer, we have a lot of inconsistency. It's just that Solskjaer and his team, I don't know whether it is his team or it is Solskjaer, but under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manchester United managed to consistently be inconsistent, and we are no more that feared Manchester United opponent we once used to be, and we just don't have that football identity, that brand of play or style of play. We just don't have that at the moment. We during the past with Jose Mourinho, you could say that we did have a certain style of play, which was defensive style, which was a defensive style. Fans did not like it, true, but we did not have the best of squads either. And now at the present, we've got one of Europe's best squads, and we don't have that brand of play, we don't have that style of play. And when you support Manchester United, be honest, do you actually expect Manchester United to come out in a certain way and play this way? Alright, now we're taking on Everton on Saturday. Do you think in a way like this? Alright, this is what Manchester United is going to do. You're going to see attacking fullbacks. You're going to see the centre-backs play up a high line. Our forwards are going to feed in crosses to the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo. Do you think in that way? Or do you think in this way? Alright, we're taking on Everton. Okay, it's going to be individual brilliance. Who's going to come up with that score sheet? Is it going to be Bruno Fernandes this time? Is it going to be Ronaldo? Is Ronaldo going to be in that graveyard shit? He is graveyard shift, in fact. Goodness, apologies there. Or is Ronaldo going to be that lost boy who has no service? Is that what you think? Are you going to think like I told you earlier? That is what Manchester United lack at the moment. Chelsea has got a style of play. They've got a brand of play. I'm sure all those Chelsea fans out there, before every match, they know how Tuchel or Tuchel approaches the game. They know what they're going to be offered by their fullbacks, by their forwards, by Romelu Lukaku, N'Golo Kante, be it any player they've got in their squad. Liverpool fans can expect what they are going to have as well in each match, how they'll approach the game. Manchester City fans can expect how City will approach each game. Manchester United fans just can't do that because Manchester United did not have a style of play. Once again, you saw that against Villarreal. You saw that against Aston Villa before that. You saw it against Villarreal as well. Apart from that goal Alex Telles scored, you could say it was at the training ground, that set piece, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did admit that he was not aware that this was being played or being practiced at the training ground as well, which is quite disappointing. So I'm not very sure I'm not convinced, in fact, if it was worked on the training ground, because Bruno Fernandes also did come out and say that Alex Telles told him something else, something about overlaying that ball, and it was Bruno Fernandes who did say Alex Telles to stand at the edge of the box and he'll pass it, and Telles made use of that opportunity to score in one of the best goals Old Trafford has seen in a while. Once again, that shows you that Manchester United, that squad, is unaware of the style of play we are going to approach each game. It's more like a moments FC. We rely on moments, we rely on individual brilliance. Cristiano Ronaldo came up with that last minute winner, but I did see a lot of arguments say that in the Premier League, that would have been an offside, that goal would have been given offside. So a lot of questions to be asked by Solskjaer, because this is all part of coaching. And there are also people going on saying that our defense still does not look stable even after Rafael Varane's presence is in Manchester United. I know Harry Maguire is injured. Lindelof is replacing him. He did replace him in that Villa game as well. But the thing is, even with Harry Maguire, the defense did look a little shaky, didn't it? And once again, that goes down to coaching. What are the coaches doing? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keeps picking up McTominay and Fred, or either one of them. You've got the likes of Michael Carrick as a coach. You've got the likes of Darren Fletcher as a coach. Both these players have been top-class midfielders for Manchester United. How come these two midfielders who have played for Manchester United, who knows the United DNA, who knows Manchester United in and out, don't see this, don't see that McFred cannot be played together? This midfield pivot of McFred cannot be played together. In fact, I really don't understand as well. Rehan says smile. Yes, I am smiling. I hope that's good enough. There you go, that is the smile you wanted as well. Let's move on to the pre-match press conference. So the first question that was asked from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was about the overall performance, about the disappointments being there on the overall performance on Wednesday night. In fact, like I told you, though we got that win, a lot of questions on our playing style, how we approached that game. I thought on that game especially, I thought Villarreal was the better game. Tactically, Emery had us. We were lucky enough to get that last goal, in fact. And that volley, Alex Telles' volley, you don't see a Manchester United player, you don't see a football player, a soccer player do a volley like that every day of the week, do you? See, once again we relied on that moment. Once again it goes back to that moment FC. We go on that title there. That Ronaldo goal, I thought we were lucky. Cavani came in, he charged. That's what you get from Cavani and you don't get from Ronaldo. Ronaldo is aging, we understand, so he doesn't press. But what Cavani does offer is that press. So Cavani did do well to press for that ball and get that ball as well. That last minute winner, it could have, in fact, it could have been offside as well. So I thought we really approached that game very badly. Villarreal, in fact, Villarreal had the upper hand throughout the game. We saw Danjuma, that was Daniel's signing, is quite a youngster. In fact, he's about 19 or 20. Anyway, he's quite a young player. I thought he took Dalot to the park. He sent back Dalot where he came from. Their counter-attacks were quite good. It's just that they did not have that final third in them, or else early on, had it not been for a world-class David De Gea, Manchester United would have lost that game 3-2, 4-2. We were lucky to have a goalkeeper like David De Gea. I thought Villarreal had some superb shots on goal, and De Gea equally saved those shots as well. It was some world-class saves once again, De Gea, and I think he deserved the Man of the Match award, which he did not get. We were lucky that Villarreal game once again, because you see, once again they got us on the counter-attack. Villarreal had the upper game. We were nowhere. We did not have a brand of play. We did not have a style of play. And it's a lot of questions to be asked. And we were lucky that it was Villarreal, and had this been a Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, a City, a Chelsea, a Real Madrid, I'm not quite sure about Barcelona, but had it been one of these big teams in the Champions League, I'm not quite sure if Manchester United would have gone to win that game as well, because of the way we approached and played that game, which was very disappointing in my point of view. So do send in your opinions on the live chat as well. And with that, we'll move on to Solskjaer's questions. But just before that, we've got a few comments on the live chat as well. This is what I like. Do send in your comments, opinions, what have you got on the live chat, because that is what keeps the show going as well. And Abdul Khalik says, thoughts on Cavani's Champions League campaign so far. I thought he's brilliant. I would like to see Cavani and Ronaldo play up front together, because Ronaldo's game is quite different from Cavani. I know Ronaldo wants to do almost everything. He wants to get into that box, everywhere in that box. And when that doesn't work, when there is no service, we did see Ronaldo dropping back as well. Cavani too is some sort of a player like Ronaldo, but we do know that Ronaldo is on another level as well. He is beyond world class as well. But Cavani is also world class. He's just not up to the standards of Cristiano Ronaldo. For me personally, in my opinion, Cavani is one of the best players who, with considering movement, as a striker. And what we did see from Kawaii is that press. What we don't see from Ronaldo is what we see in Cavani, considering that press, and that was clearly evident in that last goal we scored. So I think we can manage these players, both these players together, and that comes down to coaching. Do we have the coaching ability to do that? It's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Eric Ramsey, Michael Carrick, Darren Fletcher. Do we have the ability to do that from what we've seen throughout these 3 years? No, so stick to what you've got and just, get those results. But to be honest, when it's Manchester United, to be playing bad like that and getting a win should be a shame. Because when you are Manchester United, when you take on the likes of Aston Villa, Villarreal, you should be dominating the game. The game should be better, and we shouldn't be winning on last-minute goals 2-1. In fact, we should be taking Villarreal to the park and winning these games 4-2, 4-0, 3-0. In fact, and not rely and depend on these last-minute goals, which come out of moments. In fact, most of the times. Yes, it's quite disappointing, but I would like to see, like I said, I would like to see Cavani and Ronaldo play together, which I don't think will happen under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his coaching team, because I think they are not capable enough of doing that. Abdul Khalik says, obviously, only yesterday's game. Yes, that is the only game Cavani had played for the Champions League, and he did make quite a big impact as well coming on for those few minutes. So shows the quality Edinson Cavani in fact has got. Let's move on to the first question that was asked for Gunnar Solskjaer, and like I said, it was about the overall performance, about the disappointment, about the overall performance on the Wednesday night's game. And what Solskjaer did say was, we've done that so many times at this club, about that is coming back. Come back at the end of a tight game, difficult games. You know, we played against a very good team. Listen, a very good team. That phrase, I'm not quite sure if Villarreal is a very good team. Yes, they must have been a very good team in the past, but considering Villarreal's present form, they hardly managed to win a game. Most of the games they've played either is a draw or a loss. So I'm not quite sure if they are a very good team, because I think Everton is a far better team than Villarreal. I know the fact that Everton is not in the Champions League and Villarreal is in the Champions League. They did win the Europa League as well. But considering present form, current form, even Aston Villa, I think, have the ability to beat Villarreal as well. So I'm not quite sure if we did play against a very good team considering recent form as well. So that is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer position of the position. And if I was not wrong, when I did check, since he said that, I did check the position, it was 56 to 48%, if I'm not wrong, somewhere close to that as well. But if you really look at the game, it felt like Villarreal dominated position. It was Villarreal which took us to the park, and we were lucky enough to get that last goal. And well, that's what Solskjaer has seen, because as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, and what was the game you were watching? So I was a little confused on that as well. We dominated position, played some good stuff ourselves. I'm not quite sure if we did play some good stuff, but of course we were a bit too open on the counter-attack, definitely. We got to accept that we need to defend better, not just defend better, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, not just defend better, we've got to attack better. We've got world-class attackers, we've got one of the best, in fact the best number 9 in the world, and he does not have service for us, for Manchester United, to get the best out of him. Work on it. You've got one of the most creative right wingers at the moment, one of the best young talents in Jadon Sancho. You pay £74 to get him and use him on the left wing instead of using him on the right wing. I know Greenwood is in good form, he's on hot form, so you have to play him. Greenwood just did see a superb cross, a good cross in fact, from Greenwood's right foot. Greenwood is known to be as a player who is strong on both foots, left and right. Then why not switch him on to the left? Why not try this? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not ready to take risks. And that is the problem with Manchester United at this moment. He always wants to play that safe game to save his status, to save his job. Moving on, let me continue with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's answer. As well, and as I said, we have to defend better, but you know, the boost and the energy that you get in a group after a win like this has to be, in fact, after a win like this, oh no, I lost my, a win like this has to be terrific as well. Then again, it's a very quick tournament. It is a different tournament. In fact, it is a different turnaround than last year when we played Everton the night and Saturday morning. But still, the players are not going to get caught out. We got to start as we finished on Wednesday night there. So what he did try to say there was about playing on Wednesday night and Saturday night. On Thursday nights and Saturday nights, we had the Champions League games before that as well on Wednesday nights and Saturday nights. It was about that, being caught on that, with the tired legs are going to affect that and all that. So he was like, we've got to turn around that as well and start where we finished on Wednesday night, was what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did try to say as well. Moving on to the next question. Before I still, Abdul Khalik says, are you still Ole out? Abdul Khalik, I actually never. Yep. The next question that was asked from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, hold up, about being open on counter attacks. Yes, so previously he did talk about Manchester United being caught out on counter attacks. We did see that in the Villarreal game as well. So a journalist did ask a question from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on that as well, and what he was asked was about being open on counter attacks and how challenging it is. That is to sum the question up. And what Solskjaer did say was that is the counter attack is a challenge that we are facing more and more. We have to get better at it. We want to be in a position that teams pay us such respect. There are so many things that you've got to do right. He further added, the ball moves so rapidly up the pitch and it sometimes looks like a handball game. The Aston Villa game had 45 minutes effective playing time, which is lowest I've seen of us, which I'm not quite happy. You know, one reason I think Manchester United specifically get caught out on counter attacks is because we don't have that defensive midfielder. When you've got a quality defensive midfielder, what you get from a defensive midfielder no, who do we go with? McTominay, Fred. We've the best defensive midfielder Manchester United have got is Nemanja Matic. I thought Matic should have started against Villarreal. It was evident how Nemanja Matic came on and changed that game for Manchester United. As soon as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made those substitutions, Edinson Cavani, Jadon Sancho, and Nemanja Matic, we saw how the game changed, how it shifted towards Manchester United. And a key change was Nemanja Matic for me. So that is what you get when you've got a quality defensive midfielder. One reason we get caught out on counter attacks is because we don't have that quality in a defensive midfielder. We've got two midfielders who play in a defensive midfield pivot, Fred and McTominay, just not good enough. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is obsessed with these two. With this is costing us almost all the games right now, so far, almost. And I think Nemanja Matic should be the one to start. Does he have the legs to start? I'm not quite sure. And why I say this is because now with Rafael Varane coming in, you see Manchester United playing a higher line in defense than the times we had with Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire as a defensive centre-back pivot. You did see when we had Lindelof, our fullbacks, considering Aaron Wan-Bissaka, did not move quite up the pitch because he had to tuck in to protect Victor Lindelof. So let's just move on to the next question as well. The next question that was asked from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now this question, that's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did confirm as well, saying that Cristiano Ronaldo has said Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that if you are to get the best out of him, we need to move the ball quicker. The football we need to play has to be quicker. Like I've said throughout the shows, Manchester United play the slow tempo. So Cristiano Ronaldo has told Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that we, Manchester United, need to move the ball much more quicker in order to get the best out of him. It is a rumor, so it is a false report. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as soon as he heard this question, he went head down and he started to laugh. Well, at the beginning, before I knew it was a rumor, I was a little pissed off because he laughed that way. It was like, I'm the manager, look at what you're saying. How can Ronaldo ask that from me? That was what I felt, and I was a little pissed off later. Further, I further clarified that it is a false report, and that is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said as well. And just to quote what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said as well, what he did say is, what can I answer to that? What we speak about, that's between us, but we have not had that discussion, put it that way, about Van de Beek being unhappy. So what the journalist did say, he described about the scene where Donny Van de Beek took his chewing gum out and he threw it. He just described that situation, and about Van de Beek being unhappy. Where does he stand? Well, if you did notice in the Villarreal game, Van de Beek was asked to warm up. He was asked to warm up, and right after his warm up, it was not him who was coming, it was Fred. He saw that as well. He took his bib off, he dashed it went onto his chair or his seat or his bench. He sat, took his chewing gum out as well, and threw that as well. And Dean Henderson and Eric Bailey was next to him. Dean Henderson behind him as well. These two players did console him as well. So about Van de Beek, and what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says was, it was the right answer to be given, but I thought Solskjaer should have said it in a better way. A proper convincing answer is what I expect. Why he is not playing Van de Beek, but what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, what is happening to me today? Did say is, I manage a squad full of international footballers. I did not know that. Competitive footballers who want to make a difference, who want to play. They all want to be on the pitch. Of course they do. Donny was ready to come on as all should be. Alright, okay, Donny was ready to come on like all the players should be, but you did ask Donny Van de Beek to go warm up, so that shows that you are about to bring him onto the pitch, which you did not, which is a little confusing, Ollie. Shouldn't that be what you should be addressing? So I've been subbed more than anyone in this club probably, and you have to be ready all the time, and I've been not very happy a few times, but that's just the decision that the manager makes. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you were used as a substitution because when you played for Manchester United, our forward line was packed. And for a forward like you, I'm not quite sure if there was space for you to start considering the forwards we had. Whereas when you take Donny Van de Beek's situation, you take Scott McTominay and Fred, who you actually play on that midfield, and then you take Donny Van de Beek. I think it's very clear to me. It is very clear. I'm sure it is very clear to most of those Manchester United fans out there as well that Donny Van de Beek can do a better job than Scott McTominay and Fred, and you still don't use him as a substitution. Whereas in your time, it was a packed forward line, but you was still managed properly, managed properly, and bought in fact, as a substitution by Sir Alex Ferguson. People talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being a good man manager. I really question that statement, because if he is a good man manager, he should be managing Donny Van de Beek well. Why isn't Eric Bailey getting good time? Well, why isn't Alex Telles getting good game time? You've got the likes of Amad Diallo. When he is fit, he doesn't get a lot of good game time. What's happening to Fasundo Pellistri? You've got quite a lot of right wingers there. You've got Pellistri, you've got Ahmad. You had these two players last season. We did not see a glimpse of these players last season apart from Amad Diallo. Why aren't they being managed happily? A proper man manager is a man who manages all his players and keeps all his players happy, not just his favorites and the others aside. So I'm not quite sure if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a good man manager. So like I said, let me continue with what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said. I've not been happy a few times as well, but that's the decision that the manager makes. Alex was coming off as a left back, and Fred did that job well. What did Fred actually do? Had Fred played a full 90 minutes or 45 minutes as a left back, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you would have seen what actually Fred would have done at that left back role. He was there only for a few minutes. He can cross, he can put in a decent cross. He just put in that cross. That one cross he had to put, he did it properly. And it turned out to be a goal which should have been offside, but still, okay, let's consider the fact that it is a goal. I think it was more of Jesse Lingard's work there. So yes, Fred did that job well. I understand frustration, of course. Every player is keen to play. That's got to be built into energy. Okay, so what he expects is Donny Van de Beek, to keep all that frustration inside him, and when he comes out onto that pitch, put all that out, convert it into energy, and man, turn into prime Iniesta, prime Xavi, or prime Thierry Henry. And some determination for when you get on, and then show me that is not in fact, wait, hold up. I keep getting lost. And then show me that it's not just Donny, it's all the players. I've got a squad full of international players, and if we are going to be successful together, we know that we need positive energy, not we need positive energy. We can't have energy sulkers, but Donny has never affected his team or teammates negatively. So he says here, we always need positive energy, and what he's doing has to be questioned. What he's doing to Donny van de Beek, do you think, Ollie, do you think that is going to create positive energy? I'm not quite sure about that as well. And somewhere he says positive energy. Yeah, like I said, if he needs positive energy, what he is doing with Donny van de Beek, is that going to create positive energy is the question. Before I move on, Abdul Khalik says, Ollie, the man with a plan. I believe every rival fan is Ollie in. So am I. Honestly, where it actually signed, almost all the rival fans want Ole in. Listen, at this time, if I am as a Manchester United manager, in fact, as a Manchester United fan, I wish I am the manager. As a Manchester United fan, he's doing a good job at Liverpool. Would I want Pep Guardiola sacked from Manchester City? Definitely yes. Would I want Thomas Tuchel to be sacked from Chelsea? Definitely yes. Would I want Mikel Arteta to be sacked from Arsenal? No. Would I want Tottenham manager? He is an okay manager. I'm not quite sure if he will be recruited to a mid-table team. He is not manager to get Manchester United to that final step, and that is why most rival fans want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a manager for Manchester United, while a lot of Manchester United fans mourn as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as the manager and want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out. It's clearly evident. Listen, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was born to Manchester United to change things around. We know that we were in a dark place under Jose Mourinho. Manchester United fans did not like the style of play Jose Mourinho had. Our squad was not that good. It was not the best squads in Europe. As Manchester United, you should be having the best squad in Europe, one of the best squads in Europe at least. Solskjaer came in, changed that. He brought back days. In fact, he brought back days that we have not had for a long time since Sir Alex Ferguson left. Alright, he built this squad. He did a good job. These few years he is here, but with his performances, with his coaching, with his management, is it clear that he is a man to take a step? I fear not. So what Manchester United have to do? They have to be ruthless like Chelsea. Why I said Chelsea? You see what Chelsea did with Frank Lampard. Tuchel was available. Frank Lampard's managing was on the fence. It was good at a time. It was bad at a time. He was winning good games. He was losing games that should have been won. Then he started winning again. It was, patches. It was moments again. Chelsea, they want to win. They want a winning manager. They want stability in their system. They sacked Frank Lampard, who is a club legend. They sacked him. Tuchel was the better man, they thought. They got him. Tuchel is a proven winner. And you see what Tuchel did with Chelsea. He won the Champions League, and you see what he is doing with Chelsea now as well. That is in fact what Manchester United should be doing as well. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in, changed that squad, brought in world-class players, did a good job these few years. It's time. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the board has to go to Solskjaer. Thanks, Ole, you did a great job. You changed the squad, you changed the atmosphere at Manchester United completely. I fear now is the time for you to leave and for a better man to come and take this club to a better place. But will the Manchester United board do that? No. Manchester United concerned. No, they'll be happy. They'll be happy with the top four. They'll be happy with Solskjaer because Solskjaer defends Woodward and the board as well. So I'm not quite sure if Ole is the right man to take us to that final step as well. And like Abdul Khalik says here, every rival fan wants Ole in. So I don't have to tell you anything else, do I? It's clearly evident from that statement as well. Moving on to the next question that was asked by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. In fact, from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is team news on injuries and stuff like that. And Marcus Rashford, good news, good news, big good news. Marcus Rashford is back fully training with the Manchester United squad. Okay, Manchester United fans are happy. A lot of positives. Rashford is back. Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer happy? I'm not quite sure because he has been playing Paul Pogba on the left wing to accommodate Scott McTominay and Fred. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does now that Marcus Rashford is fully fit, because definitely Rashford can only play on that left wing. He is dead on that right wing. He cannot be a midfielder. He's definitely that left wing. The chemistry between Luke Shaw and Marcus Rashford is very good. Yes, Luke Shaw is injured, but we have Alex Telles as well. Alex Telles has played with Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford has played with Alex Telles. So it will be interesting to see what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does with Paul Pogba, because he has been giving Paul Pogba that left wing as well. And to be honest, if you did notice, Paul Pogba did not look happy being subbed out as well, even after the match when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer went and gave that pat to Paul Pogba on his head. Paul Pogba did not look happy. So interesting to see what Solskjaer does. Mate, my advice to you is don't have hopes, and we are in a deeper hole, in much deeper trouble now, because Paul Pogba doesn't seem to be signing that new contract, and definitely Donny van der Beek is going to move from Manchester United. It's either going to be this January and in the summer. I'm convinced he'll move in January definitely. But Fabrizio Romano did have to say as well on this is that whatever the club that takes Donny van der Beek is going to have a good player. So listen, I'll tell you this now. If Donny van der Beek does move in January, Everton or either Arsenal, I'm not quite sure if he'll move to Spain or Italy. Not quite sure. In fact, I'm not exactly quite sure where he'll move. As of now, it seems to be an Everton, because Everton did want Donny van der Beek in the summer as well for a loan move. So as of now, it is likely to be Everton, and if he does move to Everton, I think Everton are going to be a better team, a much better team, especially in that midfield, considering the fact that they have good midfielders in Doucouré and Allen as well. So adding Van der Beek to that is a huge boost to that midfield as well. And if he does move, be it Everton or any other, he performs excellent. Remember the three words, remember the name. I'll be blaming Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the manager of Manchester United, because he has mismanaged a world-class talent who was wanted by the likes of Juventus. Asked by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now this is the question that got onto my nerve. This obsession journalists have with Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, I know Cristiano Ronaldo is Cristiano Ronaldo. It's different. The feeling you have when Ronaldo is part of Manchester United, is part of the team that you support, is different. Yes, I know, but for almost the past month you have been asking about Ronaldo. Why ask about Ronaldo again? And the question that Ronaldo has created to the staff on a certain match. Your thoughts on this, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Or an even better question would have been, Ole, I know you won that Villarreal game, all positives after all that disappointment around Manchester United. So you did manage to win with a final minute winner by Cristiano Ronaldo on that Champions League game. So tell me, Ole, how is the weather outside Manchester United, and what is your favorite color? I think that would have been a better question to ask from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer instead of this Ronaldo's impact outside the pitch and to the staff on a certain level. Like, how relevant is this question right now? I'm not quite sure. These journalists keep coming with Ronaldo's question, which is I'm not going to read what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said on that. It's just a waste of time. Let's just move on to the next question. An okay question. Once again, I thought it was unnecessary, about Dean Henderson as well. So what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was asked, David De Gea being back in form, and how is that going to impact Dean Henderson, because he too was fighting for that #1 spot last season. Been having some superb games, world-class games, and you want to know about Dean Henderson. It's clearly evident that Dean Henderson is getting nowhere close to that #1 spot as goalkeeper with the recent performances David De Gea has been putting out. So let me just read you that question as well. Quote you that question as well. In fact, so what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did say was both Dean Henderson and Tom Heaton are ready to play when called upon. Attitude and application in training and around the players has been very good, of course. And he further said that Dean Henderson has had problems, but he is past that now, and what he meant by that was after COVID, and played really well versus West Ham in the Carabao Cup game. David De Gea has done very well. He has handled it very well, and I think what he says by handle, I think, is the pressure, because that number one spot was opened by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for David De Gea and Dean Henderson to take on as well. Well, I've told you plenty of times, I've told you throughout the past few shows as well, throughout the shows since the United Forum began, I've told you David De Gea is my number one goalkeeper no matter what, and that shouldn't change, because we know what David De Gea is. He is the goalkeeper which kept Manchester United relevant for years. He kept winning plenty of Player of the Year awards as well, and that actually tells you the story. The next question, once again, I thought is irrelevant. This was also a problem which happened last year, and a very similar question was asked. It was not asked. In fact, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did touch on that as well, about these Wednesday night and Thursday night games, about these Champions League games and the Premier League games. The gap, in fact, the break between that being too short for the players. And what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was asked about City and Liverpool playing on Sunday and Manchester United playing on Saturday. And what Solskjaer did have to say is no explanation. It is TV, no comment at all. We had the same scenario last year when we played in Turkey and then Everton. He further said we have to make it happen. It is not like we did it last year, so it is going to happen again. Chelsea should have been the Saturday one. Common sense isn't common sense anymore, is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said. Like he said a few days back, a few weeks back as well, about common sense being not common sense when it came to Fred's ban due to that Brazil problem, due to that international problem Brazil had as well. Well, that is pretty much it from the questions that were asked by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer from the pre-match press conference. I thought a few questions should have been better questions should have replaced the questions that were asked. I'm not quite sure what these journalists are up to, if they are Manchester United fans, if they are actually Manchester United fans, because this Ronaldo's impact, blah, blah, blah. You've been asking this the past 4 weeks, almost the past month, and all you've asked is impact, impact, impact. What's with you and Ronaldo's impact? Alright, asking it once is okay, twice is okay, now it's almost being a month. Crap questions, which is quite annoying. And now moving on to the predicted lineup and predicted score. And now once again, do send in your predictions, score predictions on the live chat as well. And if you do get it right, I'll shout you out the next show, that is our player ratings and match reaction and player ratings, in fact. And yes, if you do get it right, I'll shout you out the next show and on our Instagram page as well. This is my predicted lineup, as you see here. Luke Shaw is injured, so yes, definitely Alex Telles replaces Luke Shaw at left back. Rafael Varane at centre back along with Victor Lindelof, since Harry Maguire is injured. Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back. Definitely David De Gea, which I forgot to mention, at goal. And I think since we did see the game change once Nemanja Matic came in, I think Solskjaer will go for that Paul Pogba and Nemanja Matic, in my opinion. So I predict Solskjaer will do this. Center on the left, Bruno Fernandes number 10, Greenwood on the right, and Cristiano Ronaldo as the striker. Yes, I would like to see Euro 2-3-1. I would like to see Kawaii and Ronaldo playing together, which I don't think will happen. So that is my predicted lineup, as you see on screen. My score prediction. What shall we predict the score? We're playing against Everton. We've got quite a good side. I say 2-0 to Manchester United. We should be meeting them 4-0, 3-0 with the squad we've got, especially because Everton have got their marquee players injured as well. Richarlison is out. No more James Rodriguez, who's moved to Qatar. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is out, and they've got another one or two players out as well. So yes, the squad is the main players, the key players are injured in Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. They've got no James Rodriguez anymore. But I still think coaching-wise, they're a much better team. Tactically, they'll be a much better team. Don't expect Manchester to beat Everton 4-0. If it is Manchester United's day, like it was against the Leeds match, maybe a 4-0, but I really doubt that with the past results, recent results we've had. So yes, I've predicted a 2-0 as well. Do send in your opinions on the live chat, predictions, be it lineups or scores. Do send in your opinion and predictions there as well. That is pretty much it for today, folks. The pre-match press conference reaction is what we were here for today. It is the 1st of October, so a very happy Children's Day to all the little ones watching out there. I hope you have a good day, and to all those elderly guys, big guys, girls, a very happy Elders Day to you as well. Yes, the lockdown is lifted in Sri Lanka, yes, but don't sanitize yourself. We are currently at 126 subscribers, 25 short of 150, so do send in your 150. So let's get to 150 by the end of this month. So that is the 31st of October, the latest. So yes, do share this video to all your family out there, to your relatives, your friends. Do share this video, tell them to watch out for the content as well. If you've got friends who are Manchester United fans, definitely share this video to them as well. Give this video a like, subscribe to our channel if you are new, and until I see you on Sunday, and before I leave, yes, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram page as well. There you go, that is the username on Instagram, the United.forum. And if you are a little lazy to type that username on the search bar, the link is in the description. Do head out to our description below and hit that link, and it will directly take you to our